We've got people trying to make biodiesel out of trash. We've got everything. Everything you need. You could, in theory, just close off, make Washington a closed, whatever, time dollar loop, and we could totally hack it. No, we could. In theory, we don't. If you're okay with not buying cheap plastic toys from China, we could totally hack it. This is not. Hey, it sounds crazy and pie in the sky. I moved to Washington for a reason. I didn't come here for the scenery. I came here for the natural resources and the strategic economic industries. I came here for a reason, right? And so this is your to-do list. While I'm talking about why I came to Washington, I'm going to say the R word. Revolution. Absolutely. Someone, after I did this at MLK and Company, said, you know, I really love this presentation, but if this works, you're going to get shot. And when I saved this file, I called it the Gitmo edition. Because, yeah, this is crazy. We're not talking reform anymore. We're not talking about Band-Aids. We're not talking about refilling a tire. We're not talking about calling our elected officials and making a difference. No. They failed. Politicians have failed. The captains of industry have failed. Poverty rising, environment being destroyed, future bleak. It's done. This game is over. You want to fix something? Stop looking for Band-Aids. Stop looking for tweaks. Start looking for new solutions. That's what this is about. I like to think of this as job training. Your job is to change the world. You don't get to leave here and think you did something good just because you listened to me talk. You only get to think you did something good if you go out and do something with this. Tell your friends. Just saying capitalism has to end changes something. If that's all you do for the rest of your life, things will get a little better because people will have it in their heads, that's a choice. I can choose not to live in a free market for-profit society. Right? Create it, spread it. Use time dollars. If you don't like time dollars, make your own. I don't know. That's up to you. I think it's easier just to use it. That's just right? But do it. Don't just buy local. Buy with local currency. Support keeping that value inside this loop. The more you spend in time dollars, the more that value gets passed around, the more people can spend it, the more people can buy with it. It snowballs. The more you use it, the more other people have a choice to use it. I'm not joking about this one. Run for office. We're going to do it. In about, 2 to 4 years, you will see someone down in Tacoma running for office, one of us or someone we recruit, running on the platform of capitalism has to end. Running on the platform of network economy. We need to change how production is done. We need citizen ownership. We need a negative income tax. Do it. The more that ideas out there, the more it occurs to people that we have a choice. We don't have to do things the same way. And most importantly, you have to actually believe this will work. Don't walk out of here. Well, I don't know. If you don't agree with me, cool. But don't say that this is working. Don't say that if we just keep going along, we'll be fine. We won't. Don't stick your head in the sand. If you don't like these ideas, come up with your own. Right? Talk to us. We want you to tell us what's wrong with these ideas so we can improve them. So we can find an actual solution. Not just go around and go, oh my God, we're all doomed. We're never... No. Pointless. Act as if this is going to work. Go out and do something. Act as if doing that is going to make a positive difference in the world. Run for office. Tell your friends. Go spend time dollars. Go think of new ideas. Because ultimately the responsibility is on you now. Because you listen to this crazy guy, put a bunch of crazy ideas in your head, and now you have to react to that. And you can react by going back to the way you were before I said all this stuff. You can go back to the way you were before you realized there was a problem. Because you didn't come here because you thought things were okay. Right? You didn't come here saying, status quo, I love it. You came here because something has to change. Don't go back to saying, well, if I just do something for me, it'll all be okay. You have to believe that the things you do are going to matter. And you have to believe that you have a moral responsibility to do it. Because frankly, I trust all of y'all, right, to do what's good. I trust you because, you know, you came out. You sacrificed a Saturday afternoon and maybe part of Saturday morning to listen to the people talk about some crazy shit. Good for you. But there are a lot of people who didn't. And a lot of people who've never heard this. And if you don't say it, they're not going to hear it. And if you don't do something, they're not going to see it. You don't get to go home and act like this was your great resistance for the day. You don't get to pump your fist in the air and go down with the system. Because they want you to go home and watch TV and listen to Rage Against the Machine and think you did something. What they don't want you to do is challenge them. They don't want you to talk about this. They don't want you to spend local currencies. They don't want you to stop consuming. So do something. This is your job. Your job is to change the world. So, work starts on Monday at 9 a.m. Orientation is at 9:15. There'll be bagels in the foyer. And then we're going to get off to a good start at 10 a.m. And hopefully, by this time next fiscal year, we won't have these problems anymore. I'll see you all then. Thank you. But this isn't, like I said, this is an idea. I don't have all the solutions. All right? That's up to all of us. This is a communal effort. The thing I emphasize in part of citizen ownership is that we all have a stake in this. We all have a stake in the economy. Start acting like this, right? Stop being, people say, well, if you don't vote in the elections, you have no right to complain about, the people that get elected. I don't care about the legislature because they don't affect my life that much. The economy affects me a hell of a lot more than the legislature does. Act like you have a stake in the economy. Are you doing well right now? Are you happy with the way things are going? If you're fine, do you think it's fine that millions of people go without food, clothing, housing, healthcare, education? There's a moral imperative to overturn capitalism. Period. You act on this, and you are a moral person. If you don't act on this, you are defaulting on your responsibility to humanity. You have to act as if this is going to happen, because it's got to happen. We don't have a climate crisis, we don't have a lot of time left to live. People die every day. You've got to do it. You don't have to agree with me, but you've got to do something. And it's got to change. It can't be the same way for the next 200 years that it was for the last 200 years.
And we do have a local currency. You can join it. You don't
That's right. Push it.
Push
it hard. Get Linden Farm to accept it. All right? So here's the deal. Monday's a federal holiday, so you start Tuesday. You start at 9. You have a 1-hour lunch break, but you don't get paid for that. All right? Thank you very much.